Good evening. Welcome to Republic. Our top focus is going to be on the West Asian escalating conflict. Iran's supreme leader, Imam Khamenei, has now threatened the United States. Washington must know that we will not surrender and that any American attack will have dire and irreparable consequences. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, also says any US military intervention will undoubtedly cost the Americans irreversible harm. These are words from Iran's supreme leader. We're also going to be joined on our show by guests who will be joining us. I have Nikita Mendkovich, director of the Eurasia Analytical Club, joining us in Russia, joining us from Moscow. We're also going to be joined by former Israeli government spokesperson. I'm going to first go across to Nikita to understand what this really means and the challenges that Khamenei is also going to be making. It's very clear, Nikita, that these are words that are coming out from the Iran supreme leader, but he's also going to be having to face the fact that there is an absence of experienced military leadership, increasingly because of the attacks that has been felt in Iran. Several of the top commanders have been confirmed dead. And himself, Ayatollah Khamenei, now known for his stubborn approach, ruled Iran for 36 years, going to be seen as on the back foot with less experienced leaders with him.
Let's start with one fact. We shouldn't speak about leaders or regime. Iran is under aggression, committed by Israel, supported by the United States. They kill civilians. They attack nuclear objects, factories. They kill a lot of people in Iran. It's unprovoked and unreasonable aggression against the independent country. Of course, Iran is trying to fight back against Israel aggression and mentioned that if United States will openly join this terrorist attack against independent country, Iran is going to answer. Now it's up to United States. Are they ready to support one more aggression against country which doesn't want to be a colony of United States? Or they will leave this conflict? In fact, we see in your air a lot of information from the position of Israel. But we should remember, this is a country aggressor. It started the war. Israel is the country which is actually running illegal nuclear program. But it's okay for United States.
Okay, I also want to know across to the other guests, Mr. Mendkovich, who's joining us now. Eylon Levy, former Israeli government spokesperson, now with us. Eylon, how are we supposed to look at it? We're also now being told that Iran is giving out a warning to America. Increasingly, it seems President Trump's social media words are clear that there could be some sort of an involvement of America in this escalation in Western Asia. How are you looking at it?
Indeed, the Iranian regime is directly threatening the United States in order to protect its illegal nuclear weapons program. In the last few days, we've seen Israel embarking on a campaign of self-defense against the Iranian regime that repeatedly calls for Israel's destruction and was on the cusp of building nuclear weapons. And in the last few days, we've seen astonishing successes by Israel to cut down Iran's ballistic missiles, to cut down its nuclear weapons capability. And now the United States is considering getting involved, and the Iranian regime is directly threatening it. Obviously, if the Iranian regime chooses to attack the United States, that would be a very big mistake.
Go ahead, Mr. Levy.
Well, it would be a terrible mistake for the Iranian regime to attack the United States, because the United States would be able to deliver the death blow to the Iranian nuclear weapons program and to the regime itself. The regime is getting desperate. This is not the war it was expecting to fight. The regime surrounded Israel with a network of proxy armies, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, in order to destabilize the Middle East and advance their vision of destroying the state of Israel. That war of aggression that the Iranian regime has been waging through its proxies has backfired terribly, and Israel is now taking action to protect the world from the possibility of an Iranian nuclear bomb, which would destabilize not only West Asia, but the whole world.
Okay, now I also want to ask you, Mr. Levy, you mentioned about how the pounding has also been given to Iran. In fact, we've also seen the ripple effects are not only confined to Iran's borders. Khamenei's regional alliance, that is the axis of resistance that was there. Hezbollah's chief, Nasrallah, an ally of Khamenei, was last year killed in an Israeli airstrike. In December, the Syrian President Bashar al-Assad was ousted. How are you looking at this particular crisis, this escalating conflict panning out for the entire West Asian region?
But what we're seeing now is the Israel-Iran phase of the October 7th war. The Iranian axis declared war on Israel on October 7th, 2023, when Hamas invaded and committed those terrible atrocities against Israeli civilians. Iran's other proxy armies joined in, Hezbollah from Lebanon, the Houthis from Yemen, and Israel has, to a large extent, defeated them. And now Israel is holding Iran directly to account for its regional aggression. The Iranian regime expected that it could use those proxy armies that had destabilized the Middle East and sown chaos in the region in order to protect its nuclear weapons program. But Hamas has been thrashed, Hezbollah has been defeated, the Houthis are only able to fire one ballistic missile every day, and the Assad regime has fallen, and the Iranian regime now finds itself completely alone. What we're looking at now is not the beginning of a conflict, it's the end of a conflict, as the Iranian regime is made to pay the price for the aggression that it has committed against Israel through proxy armies that have sown chaos and destruction in Western Asia.
I also want to ask you, Iran has vowed retaliation, has already launched missiles. How is Israel preparing for this broader conflict?
Israel is prioritizing degrading the Iranian regime's ability to continue waging its war of aggression. Israel is focusing now on killing the leaders of the Iranian military, on taking out the launchers of the ballistic missiles, attacking the missiles themselves so that Iran cannot respond. On the first night, the Iranian regime wanted to fire 1,000 ballistic missiles at Israeli cities. They only managed about 200 because Israel destroyed the launchers. Israel has destroyed around half of Iran's ballistic missile launchers so that it cannot rain rockets directly at Israeli cities and continue killing Israeli civilians.
All right. Eylon Levy, thank you for joining us for that perspective. It's a top focus we'll continuously track right here on Republic TV.